Welcome to the INDY Wrap-Up Show. This thing has gone from bad to worse. Now, listen, as an ex-industry insider and current MOTO whistleblower, let me just tell you, I've seen the progression of the sport. And I'm not talking about going way back to Bob. Notice they did it back in the day. They're even jumping on back in the day now in the television package with like Bob Hanna, Hurricane Hanna, which was awesome, dude. That was the birth of the industry, really. That's when we started to really see, the birth of MOTO, and it started to explode. But it wasn't until we really got to the McGrath era and all these spin-off disciplines with hard-hitting characters, X Games, Step Up, Freestyle. It was all just characters, video games exploding. You were allowed to express yourself. It wasn't contrived, manufactured, contract, you got to say this and hold your drink like this. It was before all that. McGrath did it on pure style, marketability, and racecraft. He was the full package. Now what they're doing is they're manufacturing stars. They're taking these stars, like the latest, hottest flavor of the month, Jetson in this case, Freak of Nature. It's over. But they're molding him into something he's not. They want him to be the squeaky clean face of the sport, but he clearly doesn't want it. He's inked. He's hanging out with Dennis Rodman, promoting lame stuff. And then you have Danger, who they've pegged to be the bad boy because of his nickname, Danger Boy. I'm Danger Boy. Welcome to the Danger Zone. He doesn't want to be that. He's giving God props on the podium, and his whole family goes to church. But he's the bad guy. The industry's got this thing. They are selling you a football package now with halftime. Did you notice in the television package? Welcome to halftime. It's not get a live band out there. Back in the day, we're talking about back in the day, pyro, chicks, music, rock stars. They were all there. Now we're just bringing in other Monster Energy sponsored people, other racers from different sports. That back in the day, rock stars, every celebs were coming. Now, it's just watered down. It's all backwards. But let's go ahead now that we've kind of gotten that out of the way for the moment. We might revisit that because there's so much to blow apart. So much to blow apart. Did you catch Ricky? Ricky busted. Ricky's like, I don't know, I forgot one of the riders cut the track. It might have been Cody Schock, and he didn't get back on the whoops. He jumped on the start straight. And we just like, Ricky, do you think that the officials are going to be taking a look at that? He might be penalized. And Ricky's like,
yeah, the referees will definitely be...
It's football. What happened to the race officials? No, they're not race officials anymore. They're football referees. And we have halftime now. But you don't get a halftime show. We just replay stuff we played earlier on Race Day Live in the main package. It's bad, dudes. It is bad. I could keep going on. We're going to have to do some polling this week. If you're new, jump on board. Get subscribed. Jump over to the community page, participate in the polling, leave a comment. We'll take a lap around the comments here at the show and reveal your guys' comments. It's a lot of fun. Bring your tear-offs because we're not sugarcoating it over here. But let's break it down this race real quick because we had good and bad and the ugly. What was the good? Let's start with the good. Was it Jett? No, it wasn't Jett. Jett does what Jett's doing. He's smoking the field. He's mopping fools up. But that was bad. We'll get to him in a second. What was good? Kickstart. Kickstart Kenny, in my opinion, is awesome because he's consistent. He's pulling starts. He's leading laps. He knows his spot. He's collecting his paycheck. He's being himself. He's not too contrived other than I'm sure he's got to, say the right things in terms of sponsors and this and that. His contract's as big as a phone book. I get it. But Kenny Boy Roczen was, in my opinion, what was good there. It was good to see he was consistent. He led some laps. He had a little bit in a fight in him. But he knew, why fight? I mean, he knew he was beat. But Kenny Boy, for me, he was the highlight. That was a good, solid performance, consistent, and he's doing a phenomenal job. I mean, that's basically like a win for him. Like he said, just getting in the winner's circle is a win for Kenny. And so that was the good highlight for me in the premier class. The bad was, in fact, Jett. Jett, it's about to go from bad to worse to Jett because the Boo Birds came out on him this year, and the industry didn't plan on that. And you see, up until that point, the riders didn't like Jett because they saw that the industry was just all this huge circle around Jetson only. And Jetson was being catapulted as the face of the industry, the chosen one, the Moto Messiah, into superstardom, while the rest of them were getting left behind. And they're getting embarrassed by this kid. He was actually embarrassing him. And that's what he's actually kind of still doing at this point. Now, this is Moto. Anything can happen. But here's what I saw after the race. And I want you guys to comment and let me know what you think. We might do some polling around this, like I said. For a while, when the Boo Birds came out, the riders were like, okay, we don't have to be so careful with this guy anymore. Like, we can't grab him by the helmet and shit, or whatever. We don't have to treat him like we were before. We can actually treat him like whatever we want. Like, the crowd hates him, so we can go ride him hard. Because they were afraid if they rode him hard, not only do they get fined or talked to by the brass of the industry, that the fans might not dig it. But then they're like, oh, the fans don't dig him anyway. I could take this guy out and they're going to cheer for me. But here's what's happening for Jett, and this is bad for you, Jett. Jett, I know you're laughing all the way to the bank, but I've always said I'd rather be happy making less money than miserable making more. You look miserable, dude. You don't look like the same Jett as you did coming up. On the podium, you're really not that happy. I can tell you feel very isolated. After the race, when other riders are pulling over and thanking each other and giving some bro hugs and high fives and shaking hands, nobody comes up to Jett. He's ostracized by the riders. The riders do not like him. I don't think he has any other friends other than maybe his brother, which is fine. At least he's got Hunter. But, that's the thing. He knows that he's been portrayed as an image that he doesn't dig. He knows the other riders don't dig him. And then you had the Boo Birds where the fans are ready to jump all over him like a cheap suit because when you're pushing donuts and charging people to come hang out at your pits, and wherever you can get merchandising hooks in people, I don't think Jett wants any of that. He just found himself there. It's not like back in the day, which they want to promote a bunch of back in the day. See the back in the day clip? Now they want to do back in the day. Because we guys, you guys, me, you, we made these back in the day because we talk about back in the day a lot because that was when the highlight of our sport was. Because you see, back in the day in the McGrath era, the video games that were coming out, the characters of the sport, the spin-off disciplines with X Games, freestyle, motocross, gravity games, step up, everything, Battle Militia, all these characters were perfect for video games because it was hardcore and edgy. Halftime, if you're going to have halftime, which we used to call intermission, chicks, pyro, rocks, rock music, punk rock, rock stars. Not anymore. Our guests are other Monster Energy sponsored racers from other disciplines. It's all contrived in some conference room under a think tank with focus groups and Wall Street execs that don't even know how to ride or care about you. They're pushing electric bikes. That's what I'm seeing. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. So that was the bad. Good Kenny, bad Jett. Sorry, bro. The riders aren't digging you. That's going to be isolating, dude. At some point, and Jett doesn't want to be the squeaky clean guy. He's not. He's inked up, and he's hanging out with lame people like Dennis Rodman promoting stupid stuff or whatever. He doesn't want to be the squeaky clean guy. The industry's making him that guy. He should actually be the bad boy. And at some point, he might flip-flop and say, you know what? I don't care about the money. I'm going to do what I have. I'm going to be me. But that will come later, like a lot of child actors, eventually come off the rails because they've just been handled by their parents or the family or these commitments. At some point, Jetson might not dig that persona that they've given him. And just like Danger Boy, he's supposed to be the bad boy of the sport, when in fact, he's more squeaky clean than Jetson. He's got no ink. His family goes to church. He's thanking God on the podium. But he's Danger Boy Diggs, and his dad was the Metal Militia General. So they have that past. So they're very authentic in who they are. Mad props to them. That's a good, that's a bad. Now, what's the ugly? What do you guys think? Where do you think Walty's going to go tonight in the premier class with the ugly? I'll tell you what was ugly, friends. And I hate to say it because he's one of my favorite riders, and there's nobody I'm cheering for, and I'm sure most of you as well. Eli. Eli is off the pace again. And this track sucked. And I just, if you didn't get a start, you were done. And even if you did, you can't pass. It's filing line. This track's too busy. They need to open it up. I don't know what it is. This would have been the perfect track to have over-under tunnel, some dragon back. In fact, I think pretty sure we've done away with dragon backs, but something that provides something, open this track up. It was bad. And so the ugly for me is, in fact, Eli. Now, we're lucky to have Eli out there. He's out there in mid-pack race. We could get to Seattle this weekend, and that could play right into beast mode if he gets a start and the planets align. We could see beast mode go on another beast mode run. I still don't know if he has anything for Jett, though, but we could see him up on the podium and maybe even a win if Jett has problems. And we're going to need Jett to have problems for anybody to get a win at this point. Nobody's getting Jett head-to-head. That's been proven. And we don't, I mean, settle in. Jeremy, it's time to worry, bro. Because this kid is so efficient, such a freak of nature. His body's just built for a moto. He looks more, I don't know, he's just like this alien. He's like an alien. Like you see the other guys are short, some are stocky, some are this, or some are buff, some are this. This dude's skinny, lean, long, and just fluid. He's like an alien on the motorcycle. But the bad for me was, in fact, Eli. I'm a little worried about Eli because I don't want to see him ride off into the sunset the way Chad Reed did, where he stayed out there one season too many. And, I get it. I think Eli, we need him out there. We want him out there. I think he's still way, way too competitive to hang it up yet. I'd like to see him at least. I guess we don't know if he's doing outdoors yet. He might hang it up. I think we might see Eli hang it up at the end of the Supercross. We're going to be asking on the community page. So if you're new, get subscribed. Jump over to the community page of the channel, participate in the polling, leave a comment because we're going to post them. We're going to take a lap around the comments. We're going to pull some tear-offs. The roost is going to fly. Feelings will probably get hurt because we're not sugarcoating it here. You can go to the other channels that are in this industry's pocket if you want sugarcoating it, where they're afraid to talk the way I'm talking today. There's plenty of those channels out there. Plenty. But the reality is this. I don't know. I think there's a good chance we see Eli finish Supercross, and that's it for him. If he stays out there, it'll be a pure business decision. I don't think his heart's in it. I don't think he'll be going back out because he thinks he can win a championship, even though I'm sure that's what he will have to say. It's going to be money. The only thing that's going to keep him out there at this point to get beat by Jett is money. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a moto guy. I want to see you not only win on the track, off the track. Understand the waters you're swimming in now. Shark infest. Indy, welcome to the swimming pool. Kind of nasty in there. Man, we blew apart a lot today. Like we said, there was good, there was bad, there was ugly. A lot we can look at. We really need to get this sport back to hard-hitting, hardcore. It's got to have some edginess. It is too watered down, manufactured. Everything in society is now. And it's infiltrated moto, the most hard-hitting sport in the world with the coolest history of any other sport. And they're completely pulling it a different direction because Wall Street has now infiltrated it. And that's why I'll blow the lid off it every step of the way. Because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Don't go over the bars. God bless. I'll see you on the next video.